I'm here reporting for NaughtieFilms.com, doing a one-on-one interview with Brendan Tynan Davey, a rising actor from this decade.
I think because that they've been quite successful in regards to money-wise, not just been making money on the stage, but also in the films. I mean, they capture a different audience by doing that. A lot of the people that do go to the theatre, especially in Australia, are usually the old generation. You don't have a lot of the younger generation going to the theatres to watch shows or musicals, where if it's in a cinema, they're more than likely to go, or pick up a DVD, that type of thing. So it's an opportunity for producers and performers to crack a new market which they haven't been able to crack before. And also it's this, you see a lot of remakes being done as well. So bringing back, I mean, I suppose it's the reinvention of what was before. Absolutely. I mean, because you'd never know what your next role will bring you. I mean, the more skills that you have, the better chance you have of getting that next audition. Where you've only got a limited amount of skills, there's only a certain type of role or roles that you'd be picked in. So where if you're broad, you can do like straight plays, musical theatre. You can do cabaret shows. Instead of just being, if you're just a straight actor and you can only act in a certain type, like say if you just did comedy and that's all you did, well then you're quite limited to what you can do with that. Back to the money again, there's a lot more money being paid for people who do film and television rather than straight shows, especially when you're starting out as well. And also, in regards to rehearsal time, the film and television is quite a short rehearsal time, and if you do make mistakes, you can stop the camera and start again and perfect it that way. Where on stage you have a long rehearsal period. You get out there, you do show, but you get that instant response from the audience. So the audience will either love it or they hate it, and they'll share with that experience. And it's quite an adrenaline rush that you get from being in the theatre and being a live show and performance in front of people. Absolutely, but I'm quite realistic in regards to you've got to be a big fish in the small pond in Australia to make a ripple in an even bigger pond in Hollywood. So, a lot of Australians do go over there, but you have to make a name for yourself here rather than being chucked in with everybody else, because everyone else from around the world would have the same idea as you would. And if you don't have a long list of resume or some show reels to show people, then you've got very little chance. But I suppose acting is an industry. You can broaden your skills and do as much education of yourself, but you've got to be at the right place at the right time a lot of the time to snag that role or to get it over somebody else. Oh, well, I suppose I wouldn't mind doing a comedic role. I love the old sort of British and humour. I wouldn't mind playing Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther series, but also I wouldn't mind sort of being a bit of an action, like a bit of a Mad Max or something like that. But I suppose those types of roles they're very much fluff, I suppose you'd say. Like I wouldn't mind taking on like quite a meaty role, like quite a emotionally challenged one. Yeah, which would be quite interesting.